Hi there. I am Bree Stillings. I am a sales director in a network marketing company in the top 2% of my company. And I want to help you overcome a common objection. How many times in your business do you present your product and somebody says to you that they're already using a current product? And then what do? Do you say, okay, bye, thanks for leaving? No, I hope that you don't say that. We might say that, but we're going to learn a better way to overcome that objective and get a potential new customer, even though they're already using another product. So let me tell you a little bit about me. I am Bree Stillings. As I said, I have been in network marketing since 2017. And when I first got started, I knew nothing about sales. I had never done this before. I have a college degree in Romance languages, and I'm a high school teacher. I know nothing about being aggressive, overcoming objectives. And in fact, when I got started, one of the first fears I had was I don't want to be salesy. I don't want to be too salesy. How many of you here feel that way? And how many times do you get that concern from potential new team members? I don't want to be salesy. Okay, I'm going to give you a quick and easy way to overcome the specific objective that person is already using a product. Now, in my journey, I told you I started in 2017. I didn't become a leader in my company until 2021. So many years later, because I thought that I had to master the sales process before I could team build. Now, I know now that that is a complete joke, but that was the lie I was telling myself. So for the first few years in my business, I just focused on becoming a master seller. And in fact, because I was focused just on becoming a master seller, I achieved the National Queen's Court of Sales before I even became a leader. Now I've done it 5 times in a row. I love to sell. And no, that's not a bad word, because in this process that I'm going to teach you on how to sell your product, I'm going to give you a great way that you can really serve your potential new customer. All right. Are you ready to dive in? Are you excited about learning how to grow your sales with potential new customers? Okay. Now my hair's going crazy, but I don't care because I don't sell hair care products. Hair care is a hot mess for me. I do sell skincare because I suffer from adult acne. So the examples I'm going to give you I'm going to give you literally my personal stories working in the skincare industry and the beauty industry, but just take these examples and tweak them for whatever it is you are a brand ambassador for, or you are a network marketer for. Okay. Now, the first kind of roadblock I want to get out of your mind is if somebody tells you they're already using X product, they're already using a different skincare line, that should be the first signal that this is a great customer. Okay. And I say that because a lot of times we put up walls because we don't want to be salesy and we don't want to apply pressure. And we put up this wall that when we find out that they are using another product, we like, "Poof, okay, done, bye." And I want to stop you right there. That is a mindset. And I want you to get rid of that mindset, because if they admit that they're already using a skincare brand, that's a signal to me that this woman actually cares about her skin. That, my friends, is my ideal customer. So if you're selling um jewelry products and she already has a subscription to a jewelry company, this should be your signal, like, this woman loves a good pair of earrings. She's my prime candidate. Okay. When that person, male or female, tells you they already have another product, another brand, that is your first qualifier. In the sales world, they'll tell you that you need to qualify the buyer. Okay. That buyer just qualified themselves because they are already paying money for the product that I sell. Ding, 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 ding. So stop take the wall down. Okay. That person just identified themselves as a primary candidate for my product. Okay. And I want to compare that to someone who doesn't. Okay. So with my skincare example, I approach someone and I say, "What are you currently using for skincare?" And they tell me nothing. I don't really use skincare. Sometimes we're like, "Oh, well, you got to try this." Oh, and we become that cocker spaniel and we want to get them to use our product. Honey, if they don't see the value in taking care of their skin and they just prefer to rub mud all over. Literally, I just saw a post on Facebook where a woman was treating her acne by rubbing tea leaves all over her face. And she took a picture and had a muddy face. I'm like, girlfriend, I am not going to sell to her. Okay. She is probably not going to buy a cleanser, a toner, a facial peel, and a moisturizer. She gonna keep rubbing dirt on her face. Okay. So, convincing somebody who does not value the use of your product is a much harder uphill climb. When you find someone who is already using that product or service, they have just qualified themselves, taken themselves up a notch in importance. They are a hot, hot new lead. And so, what I want to give you next are some lines that you can lead with to get them to explore another opportunity. In skincare, you just met a woman. She's obviously spending money because she told you she's already using brand whatever. She values her skin. She cares about how she looks. She's got an established routine. This is my target customer. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to ask her is I'm just going to ask her it just kind of keep an open mind. My goal is that that other products exist. My hair is falling. I just want you to know that other products exist and there are other versions. And at the end of our conversation, if you don't see the value in trying my product, and we're fine. I will never talk to you again. And she might not see the value in using my product because she might be buying from her niece. And for that matter, you always need to support your family members. So keep buying from your niece. But um, if she's not buying from her niece and she's buying from some stranger, then she might not have as much brand loyalty. Also, that brand might change their formulas in a year, or that brand might also go out of business. So it is my goal, not as being salesy or pushy, but just to take some time, let her know that there are other options available. And at the end of our conversation, if she doesn't see the value in at least trying it, you can give her some samples, invite her to a free facial. If she doesn't see the value in trying it, no harm, no foul. I'll never talk to you again. And let me share my scripts with you. So feel free to screenshot these, pause the video, boop, boop, take your screenshot because these are going to be very, very valuable. Now I have to figure out how to share my screen without making a mess. Okie dokie. There we go. So the first rule in the objection, when he or she says I'm already using brand X, the first thing you have to do is number one rule, you always agree with the customer. We are not here to argue. We are not holier than thou. Number one rule, you always agree with the customer. And so if I'm agreeing with her about skincare, I might say something like, "Oh my gosh, I completely understand that. And I think it's fabulous that you already have a good understanding of taking care of your acne," or "I'm so glad you understand the importance of good skincare." Boom. And then I would also add almost all of my customers I've already worked with have already used other products in the past. Like, you want to agree with her, like, "Yes, boo, that is okay." You agree with her, okay? I am not going to argue with him or her. I am not going to bash that brand. That is tacky. Boom. Okay. You want to agree with them because, yes, you understand the importance. You are just like me. We both value taking care of our skin. Almost all my customers have used another brand before in the past. Okay. There's your first line. Screenshot that. Now we move on to line number two. My goal is to provide you with enough information so that you might see that there's another alternative. Okay. My goal is to provide you with enough information to see that there might be another alternative. I'm going to say it louder. My goal is to provide you with enough information to see there might be another alternative. Boom. And then I go on to say, can I ask you a few questions to determine if this would even be a good fit for you? Because the last thing I'd ever want to do is to waste your time with products that are not good for you. And then, in the skincare industry, if she says, sure, because usually, how can you argue with that? That is a very, can I ask you a good, my goal is just so that you know other things exist. Can I ask you a couple questions to even see if this would be a fit? Because I ain't going to waste your time. I personally am not going to spend money on sending you samples if they don't even fit you. Okay. Are you with me? Ask a couple questions. Now we're going to get really good, become really good fact finders. Okay. Some sample questions. I'm going to ask, do you have any skin allergies? Okay. Because right off the bat, I can find out if she's using an all natural product, if she's using an acne line, if she's using, um, Clinique or Estee Lauder. I'm going to find out really quickly if she's using this product because it was prescribed by her doctor. Okay. So I'm going to ask her if she's got some skin allergies. I'm going to ask her if she's happy with the price point of that product. I might ask her if it's giving her the results that she wanted, and then I might ask like what are your dreams for your skincare line? And I'm going to get all of that from her because even though she's already using Clinique or she's already using Estee Lauder, she doesn't have to love the price point. Estee Lauder can be very expensive. Okay. I'm giving you examples of store brands because I know I can't offend anybody over there. She might love the price point of Clinique, but it's really not helping her with her blemishes. She might really love the effects of what's that called? Drunk Elephant? I don't even know what it is. But she hates the price point. And if she could find something more affordable that does the exact same thing, you see? Do you see why fact finding is so important here? Okay. Because after I do this quick fact finding, now I can present my offer just to give her another alternative. So I'm follow the scripts, folks. My goal is to provide you with enough information to see that there might be another alternative. Can I ask you a couple questions to even determine if this would be a good fit? Because the last thing I want to do is to waste your time with products that are not right for you. And she's probably at this point going to say, sure, I asked my questions. Or I can go ahead and throw this part in there. This is another great one liner. Afterwards, if you don't see the value in trying the product, AKA coming to get a facial or getting some samples, I'll leave you alone. I'll never pester you again. And I'll even block myself from your phone. Now, that's a funny line. Okay. The reason why you want to throw a little humor in there, it makes you seem like a real person and you're going to make her smile. You're going to relax. She's going to lose some of her anxiety. And so it makes you a little bit more relatable to kind of be funny. Like, I'll even block myself from your phone and she'll probably like say something like, well, LOL, that's not going to be necessary. Thanks. I'm glad we're on that level. You can have fun with that and you've got to keep it lighthearted, keep it fun. The the most likely result from this conversation is that she's not going to buy on the spot. Okay? So you can already lose the pressure from yourself. She's not going to buy on the spot. But you might get okay, that makes sense. Thank you. I'll keep that in mind. Or she might say, well, tell me more about this product, like one of the serums that her line does not provide. That's why you got to fact find. You got to ask all those questions because she might want more information about a specific problem. Or she might be willing to try the samples. Okay. So what this is doing is it's kind of pouring a qualified customer into your big funnel. You got everybody talks about the funnels. You got all your potential leads and they kind of siphon down to get purchases. Well, what this is doing, instead of hearing, well, I'm already happy with my Clinique, instead of like going, okay, bye, it's taking that Clinique user and putting her into my funnel officially. She's going to try some products. She's got some information. And the more I keep her in this funnel, Eventually, she's going to start using a couple of my products here and there, and she might even eventually switch over to a complete skincare line in the future when I'm having a great sale or something. So, it the point of today's training is to stop putting up that wall and backing away, because when you hear someone say they're already using brand X, that should be good news, not scary news. And if you ask the right questions and lead with a servant mindset, you can actually put that potential customer into your funnel for a later purchase, because they have just qualified themselves as your ideal customer. I hope that helps. If you have found value in today's training, drop the comment value below and reach out to me if you have any more questions about selling online, in person, hybrid in the beauty industry. I'd be more than happy to help.